Hey guys, we're the Lit Talkers. Come get to know us.
Hi, Lit Talkers. My name is Jennifer. My favorite genre is fantasy or romantasy. My favorite book of 2023, standalone, would probably be The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea. And I fell in love with a trilogy, which is Craval by Stephanie Garber. It's really good and it's very whimsical. And then my favorite book of all times, what started my reading when I was younger, is the Chronicles of Narnia.
Guys, I'm Cassie. My favorite genre is historical fiction. No matter what anybody else tells you, it is. Don't listen to the naysayers.
It's fantasy.
My favorite book of all time was Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass.
Fantasy.
My kid's middle name is actually Alice, so save your hate for yourself. And my favorite book of 2023 was Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross, which reads like a historical fiction. If you're a historical fiction girly, you know what I'm talking about if you've read the book.
Classified fantasy.
Anyways, not fantasy.
Fantasy.
All right, now that we're done with Cassie's delusions, my name is Holly, and my favorite genre is definitely thriller and horror. It's my favorite through it all. It's been my favorite for years. I am exclusively like a Stephen King reader. Well, not exclusively. I just read Stephen King a lot. So my favorite book of all time is Pet Sematary, mostly because the Audible version is read by Michael C. Hall, who is Dexter and is also in 6 Feet Under, which are two of my favorite shows. So I'm obsessed with him and love him, and that's what got me into the book. And then my favorite book of 2023 has got to be another Stephen King called Fairytale. And if you haven't checked it out, I am not a fantasy girly, and I was a little bit apprehensive to try this book because I'm not, but it really hooked me. And if you've never read a Stephen King book, I would definitely recommend it. It's not horror, and the details of the world he creates are just incrable. So yeah,
It's not horror, but it's still scary as fuck. So don't listen to her.
It's pretty legit. But yeah, that's the lowdown on me.
I'm really proud of you too for branching out this year.
Thank
You've
you.
done such a great job.
I really
seriously.
have, and I've hit my reading goal like twice. So from a girl who only read one book a year to now over 30 in a year. So
Yes, queen.
yes, bitch. Okay. Anyway, let's go to Tarah.
Hi guys, I'm Tarah. My favorite genre is fantasy. My favorite book ever is Ella Enchanted. It was my first fantasy book I ever read, and I love it. My favorite book of 2023 would be the Book of Azrael. It just was really fun and inspiring and wanted me to continue reading and diving into other books, and so I just really enjoyed the journey with that one. And
Did you guys notice that all of our favorite books were fantasy books? I'm just going to point that out because as a fantasy girl, it makes my heart so, for no matter what Cassie says about Divine Rivals, because she's looking at me right now, we are all fantasy girlies this year, at least. And no matter what Holly thinks, like, I know Stephen King's horror, but he throws fantasy, like Pet Sematary. That was... Pets are not going to come out of the ground.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true. I think that I'm definitely up for reading more fantasy, and I have not. I kind of told you all this. I've not read Fourth Wing. I did not plan on it, but
you don't have to read it to be a fantasy girly. Just because you don't read Fourth Wing does not mean you're not a fantasy girly. And just because you read Fourth Wing does not mean you're a fantasy girly.
Yeah.
Read a different fantasy and then come back and talk about fantasy girlies.
So I might just for you know, shits and giggles, I might read Fourth Wing, but we'll see. We shall see.
I cannot wait to see your reaction because me and Tarah, we loved Fourth Wing.
Yeah.
And Cassie was shitting on it the whole time, and now she's like
shitting on it. I just was putting it off because I didn't want to read it when it was crazy, insane hype. I wanted to wait for the hype to die down a little bit, and of course it fucking didn't. So I finally gave in.
I will say that's why I'm not reading Iron Flame, unfortunately.
And I forced my copy on Cassie.
I'm getting there, guys. I promise.
But she's reading it and she's loving it.
Yeah,
I am.
And so I think that's really important to think about is when we branch out and stuff. And that's what this podcast is for too, to see, you know, where we go with books and what journey we're on.
Yeah, and we all have a little bit of something that we like, and so we each bring something unique to the table, and I hope that we can have a great conversation with our fans and our listeners.
So now that you guys have a little taste of what you can expect from us and who we are as readers and individuals, we hope that you guys will join us when we launch officially in January. In the meantime, keep in mind the code word Grinch. It's going to expire on January 10th, but make sure you hit up our socials for all the details.
Thanks for getting to know us, guys, and we're excited for this journey. I'm so excited to be with you guys and to
talk
here.
lit.
Yeah, talk about lit and shit talk at the
lit.
same time.
Your local lit talkers.
There's going to be a little shit talking too, so join us.
Stick around.
Bye.
Fondo.
Bye.